This episode of the Ace and Hole podcast is brought to you by Anchor by Spotify. Now, us here at the Ace and Hole podcast, the entire time we have been giving you guys pro wrestling content, news, everything has all been powered by Anchor. Anchor is a great user-friendly platform to be able to get on. Even if you have no ideas how to run a podcast, Anchor is such a good tool to use. The analytics that they give you are so in-depth. You can see who's listening, where from, their ages, the age gaps, percentages, average listens, everything, all on the dashboard, very easy. And you simply can't beat it. It's user-friendly look, feel, everything, which is why we're here at the Ace and Hole podcast are proud to say that we now and will be powered by Anchor.
Hello and welcome back to the Ace in the Hole podcast. I am your former Ace in the Hole podcast champion, Clifford, and I am here to announce that we have a new Ace in the Hole podcast predictions champion, as I was defeated by none other than my own blood at Wrestle Kingdom.
Go ahead and give me the proper introduction.
You mean that you are the reigning, defending, undisputed Ace in the Hole podcast predictions champion?
You gotta put more oomph into it. He is the reigning, new defending, undisputed predictions champion, Austen!
Garion! I'll do it myself, I guess.
I
okay.
have mispronounced your name for years. Don't even.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's a good day. It's a good day. I'm champion. All is right in the world. I'm an NJPW mark now. What can I say? It's a beautiful, beautiful world. And we can't forget about Eli. You just kind of skipped over him. I figured you give him an introduction, but here's
And
always
Eli
is
is here as well.
Eli is here as always.
I'm
He's the backbone of this podcast. You know, he shows up every week. He gets his job done, and he goes home.
Thanks, Austin. I appreciate it.
Just keep that belt warm for me. I'm going to win it back at Rumble.
No.
Okay.
I am owed a win, damn it.
Well,
No.
do better then.
Try!
What's crazy though is you got the Battle Royal right.
Yeah.
You're the only one that did.
Yeah, I don't know how the hell.
Hey, I still think I should get a point for Coda showing up.
I should
Did
get
he?
a point for Coda
He did.
showing up, Shingo being in there and getting to the Final Four, and Shingo winning it.
Yo. He didn't win it though.
Yeah, he did.
That was the night after.
But he's still there, and so is Toriano, and I have right here my
and-
4. And, oh, look at that. Toriano was there.
Well, to be fair, we didn't know what the hell. I don't even think they knew what the hell was going on when the match was happening.
Not really.
They said, we don't know how many people are coming in. We don't know the intervals. They're just going to keep coming until they stop. I said, okay.
Yeah, New
It's one
Japan
of the
be
best
wilding like
matches
that.
ever. It's one
But,
of the best things ever.
Kota Ibushi was there, and he was on commentary. He was on commentary for the King of Pro Wrestling match. So,
Good.
I already got one of my wishes, baby.
Which,
You did.
I think it was either the last podcast or the podcast before, I said, we were talking about it, and I said they were possibly going to bring in a title belt for it. And lo and behold, what did we get for the King of Pro Wrestling? It's no longer a trophy, it's an actual championship belt. That earns him a chance at the World Champion.
Eli predicted option C.
I'm not too happy
They
about
literally
that,
just
but-
made the X division of NJPW. No, but welcome into the podcast. Hot off the heels of Wrestle Kingdom 17, probably one of the best pro wrestling shows I've seen in a while, if not ever.
Along with New Year's Dash, too.
Oh,
I
that
didn't
was
watch
a
any
hell of
New
a
Year's
match.
Dash.
That was a hell of a show.
I was too tired. I was already drained. I had stayed up so late the night before, so I was already done.
I couldn't. I had work.
The Omega Powers uniting.
Oh, that was phenomenal. If they became a tag team for the next World Tag League, it was what was it? The Rainmaker with a V trigger. It was a V trigger that led into the Rainmaker, I think.
Yeah.
Phenomenal move.
We'll just go ahead and touch on it since we're talking about it. Wrestle Kingdom, obviously I won. I got the title now. I'm hoping to hold on to it for a very long time. I need a lengthy reign. Cliff wasn't a fighting champion. I'm a fighting champion. All defended at Royal Rumble. All defended at every major event. It's all good. But before we get super far into anything, today's episode, as you could probably guess by the title, wrestlers we hate, wrestlers we despise, wrestlers we do not like.
Just rub us dirty.
Rub us the wrong way. They do not give us the good rub. So, I'm just saying, probably going to be a lot of discussion today. I think my top 5 at least is it's tough. I'm going to get a lot of hate for it. So, but my opinion. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. I'm the champ. You're not. So shut up. That's pretty much all this means. But of course, we're going to talk about obviously Vince coming back, and we'll touch more on Wrestle Kingdom. But as far as today goes, that's the meat and potatoes. That's the main. We're talking about wrestlers we hate. But before we get into that as well, thank you all for listening. I appreciate you all. Hope you guys were able to stay up and brave the early hours of the morning to watch Wrestle Kingdom. If not, highly recommend going back, rewatching all those matches. I don't think there was a bad match on the entire card. I remember being enamored the entire time. I was a little confused during the Battle Royal we just mentioned, but other than that, great card. Omega Ospreay is one of the best matches I've ever seen. I popped when Okada hit Jay White with the Blade Runner, and Chad looked at me like I was stupid. So yeah, if you guys get the chance, go back rewatch Wrestle Kingdom 17. Great show, start to finish. But also, we need a fucking NJPW World app on Roku. Why the fuck is that not a thing? Why did I have to hook my phone up to Roku in order to watch fucking Wrestle Kingdom?
They run through the Roku channel, and it is at the end of the year they
World.
update it. I know it's not NJPW World, but that's the contract that they have going right now is the Roku channel, and they update it periodically.
Well, you get the free weekly shows on the Roku channel. So I think you get Strong every week on the Roku
I didn't
channel.
know that.
But yeah, it was I missed the entire first match because the 3-minute exhibition match because I was having trouble, and then trying to sign in, it said like there was some error that popped up. Apparently enough for that they put something on there that you had to wait 5 minutes, and it was fine.
Yeah, I was asleep when you sent that message.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if either of you were on there because it said part of the issue could be like if you had multiple people watching at the same time.
Yeah, I was out of it. I had work early in the morning, and then you sent the message. I woke up and saw it. I'm like, oh shit, Tokyo Dome. Oh shit, Tokyo Dome. I had 20 kids around me.
But yeah, Wrestle Kingdom 17, fucking phenomenal. As always, as every year. That Fatal 4-Way actually kicked a lot of ass. And that, that Master Wato, I saw a lot where it said that, this very well could have been like his coming out party. And, he delivered. He did really, really well.
Because he's been pushed with legends heavily since he came back. Tenzan is one of the legends he was pushed with, which is a major... He was formerly a world champion in New Japan, multi-tag team champion. He's been pushed with some stiff men. Wato, the only title he had and has had is the New Japan junior tags with Taguchi. So he's been pushed with legends. He's not had too good of a singles run. So the Fatal 4-Way match was his kind of testing to see if he could be up there with the guys.
And I think he can be. He did a bang up job. He could hang. El Desperado, good as always. I don't know. I could sit here and talk about it the entire time. But since we actually have segments afterwards now, I also want to talk about this before we get into the main portion of today's show is Vince. Obviously, big deal. Coming back. He's back. He's out of retirement. He's not assuming any creative control, even though he wanted to.
Because he legally cannot. They legally have to bring him back, but they do not legally have to put him into any parts of power within the company.
Yeah, he wanted to. Obviously did not. And now he's back to just sell the company.
Do you want me to go over the potential buyers real quick?
Yeah, we might as well since we're on the subject.
Alright, so as of right now, potential buyers for WWE are Saudi Arabia, which I hate that, Comcast, Fox, Disney, Warner Bros. Discovery, Netflix, Amazon, Endeavor Group Holdings, which they are the company that bought 100% of UFC, as it reads right here, and Liberty Media, which is the people who own the Formula One racing.
Out of all of those, I think Fox is probably the best option.
Oh, absolutely.
Since
It
they've
just
had
makes sense.
Yeah, since they've had SmackDown for a while, and they've been doing a pretty good job with SmackDown. So, obviously we don't want the Saudis buying it. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Great Khali fucking world title run, probably.
Undisputed champion with all the belts.
I
No,
don't
you
think
probably
Disney,
think Yokozuna's still around.
I wholly think that Fox is probably the only right decision there. Maybe Comcast. I don't think Comcast would do terrible with it.
Netflix,
but say like
Disney.
Fox can't get it. No, Disney would not be good either. Disney would not be good in these slides.
Mickey Mouse in the middle of the ring.
I think I don't know. It will depend on what Disney does with it. If they treat it like Marvel and they let it do its own thing, then it'd be fine. But you'd also have to start questioning the monopoly of Disney.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, if you guys, for those of you out there that are interested in games or anything, Sony is still fighting the acquisition of Xbox for Activision and Blizzard. They have been for months, and they are not budging simply because Sony's a fucking bitch. It's the second worst gaming company, TBH. Nintendo being one.
I bought a Nintendo Switch thinking it was going to be worth it. It's not a bad console. Nintendo, don't come after me. Don't come after us. It's not a bad console. It is a family console, though. It's for family games, like multiplayer, pretty much. You have to be playing multiplayer games. The solo games are just not worth it. There's not enough, and it's not worth it.
Nah, Nintendo sucks, and that's a hill I'll die on. I don't care. Nintendo's ass.
Well, there goes that sponsorship.
I do not care. I wouldn't take a Nintendo sponsorship anyway.
I would.
I would.
They treat their customers like
Nintendo,
shit.
do not listen to him. He does not speak on the behalf of Ace in the whole podcast.
I literally do. I pretty much am the one running
the A
the
and Ace in the
podcast.
whole does not. The C, CE of Ace in the hole. The S of Ace in the hole does not agree with the A.
Damn, that's crazy, because you know who they'd have to reach out in order to sponsor?
Hey, bite me.
Me. Unless you guys just hijack the show and start throwing sponsorships in there without.
Cliff, we're doing it right now. Hijack.
This episode is brought to you by water.
I actually did reach out to a water company and see if they want to sponsor us.
I do remember that.
That's not even joking. It's this
water.
thing called free water. Yeah, it's water that's legitimately free, and the way that they make a profit is from the ad space on the bottles.
Put our picture.
Fair enough.
On the bottle.
I thought it was a good idea. I reached out and never got anything back. So, but no, yeah, Nintendo can go lick nuts. I don't care. I don't like them. They aren't good. Not a good company. Mid as hell. About as mid as Eli in the drafts and predictions.
Oh.
Hey, I did better this predictions than last.
You did do better this. I would hope
I came
so.
close.
Seeing as NJPW
This was your
kind
home
of
show,
your
Eli.
thing.
I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting, what was it, Nagata's freaking team to win. And had I not done Nakano and Suzuki's team, I would have had. I would have.
I also guessed Suzuki's team.
We all did.
So I mean,
had I guessed Nagata,
I was
and
the
gone
only
with
one
Kyrie,
who guessed Okada.
I would have probably
That
tied
is a
with
ballsy
Cliff.
pick.
Oh, absolutely.
That was a ballsy pick that deserves recognition.
It was good. I recognized you. I had the oomph in your introduction.
I was ready to say. I was just saying I wanted to shine more light on that because that was crazy. I even said that I didn't think Okada was winning, and then sure as hell. No, I love Okada though. TBH. No, but I think we've come. Huh?
I love Ospreay more.
Bro, that match. Don't get me started on that match. We can make an entire podcast episode about that match. That was so crazy. But I think we're ready to get into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't got anything else to talk about. We've been going on for 16 minutes now. I think we're ready to segue into the main portion of our show. And it's just wrestlers we hate. Wrestlers we do not like. For whatever reason. Now, seeing as I am champion, I will elect that I go first.
That's fair. Cliff has been electing people to go first. Cliff did that last
I'm just saying, I didn't have this power when I was champ.
You did.
You didn't enact it, though. That's crazy.
Except
Damn, that's
he did.
wild.
The last list one, Cliff was the one that said he was electing me to go first.
That is
if I remember
facts.
correctly.
I
you started
offered it.
this.
Hey, I'm making this title mean something, damn it.
Okay.
But you're the heel of this. He at least gave it to somebody else. You're being me.
Damn right. I'm the heel champion. What else do you expect?
Does that mean Eli is our Shark Boy? If I'm the
me a
face,
shell,
you're
yeah.
the heel. Eli's Shark Boy.
Shell yeah.
But for... Okay, so mine isn't really in any order, except this first one. This first one, when I was thinking, it was the first one that came to mind. Wrestler I cannot stand, in the ring, on the mic, whatever it is. Never liked him at all. Give me Charlotte Flair.
Oh.
I do
I
not
thought
like
about
any
that.
aspect about her. She's not good on the mic. She's terrible in the ring. Have you watched a Charlotte Flair match without a botch in it? No, you haven't, because it doesn't exist.
I was going to say the Mania main event between Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte, but that ended on a botch.
Granted,
Two
Charlotte
belts,
wasn't really part of that finish.
Well, I'm pretty sure
But
she's the
I'm
one
sure-
that hit Ronda
I'm sure
before
she-
that happened.
Yeah, I'm sure she fucked up somewhere in that match. Just every time, I wish she would have stayed away. I wish she would have stayed hurt or whatever the hell.
I'm just happy Ronda's not champion anymore.
I think I would rather have Ronda as champion than
Nope.
Charlotte, honestly. I hate Charlotte Flair. Do not like her at all. Like I said, not good on the mic, not good in the ring. Probably not safe in the ring either, considering all the shit she did to Becky.
Yeah, fair.
You're talking about the face of the women's division, and she's out there doing that shit to her? Hell no. Fuck off my show. I'll let you two decide who goes next. But that's mine. Mine's Charlotte. That's my one.
Go. Cliff does nose goes. I put number one, the most hated. That he immediately came to my mind when we started talking about this topic, and I'm the one that brought it up. Velveteen Dream.
Oh my! You know what's crazy?
I'm not gonna say he didn't have good matches. I'm not, because the ladder match was a really good match. For the inaugural North American champion in NXT. He had a decent match with Aleister Black, and we got some really good spots with Ricochet when they were going against each other. I cannot tell you anything else that came out of Velveteen Dream in NXT. I can't tell you anything besides his gear that really stuck out to me, that he could potentially be something
Maybe
major.
the fact that he was like a modern day Rick Rude, Shawn Michaels combined into one.
Shut
Who
the
knows?
hell up. Shut the hell up. Do not even make that
I did, because it's the truth.
No.
He was a
No.
generational talent
No.
that wasted it on himself.
Velveteen Dream never, ever needs to be called a generational talent.
He was.
No!
He was.
He was a waste of space in NXT. He's a waste of space in professional wrestling. And he is nothing but a crackhead who has been arrested, I think, twice in the past couple of months. And started rivalry with somebody who is absolutely nowhere to being anything.
Now here is where I will butt in and say he was also on my list. Just further down, solely for the fact that I loved him so much, and he went and did all this shit and was talking to minors, and god damn it. But no, I truly believe Velveteen Dream, if he didn't do whatever the hell he's did or is doing now, I truly think he could have been a generational talent. I will die on that hill. I think he was great.
Had he
had
not
it all.
fucked up completely. And this is going to be one of the few times that I drop F-bombs. Somebody needs to go back through and keep a track of that. Had he not done all that, had he not made some tweets that he had and some of the comments he made, I think he'd be on the main roster. I think he would be United States or Intercontinental Champion. Or a former. I think he would be used. There is too much that he has done and said for me to ever think that if he ever returned to professional wrestling, that he should ever get a push for anything. At this point. Because I know me and you have had arguments about when it was Johnny Gargano versus him. Me and you had arguments a lot about that. But at this point now, I just can't see him ever getting a push anywhere.
I'm taking Dream over Gargano.
Well, we've had this argument every single time. And I would say Gargano over Dream, and we would have it out in the freaking quiet room.
I'm just saying, bro, I had someone in mind that he reminded me of, and I can't remember. Dream, that is. I can't remember. I was going to compare him to somebody. I can't remember. Someone else that went fucking crazy and ended pretty much their own career. But I mean, I'll die on that hill. I also have Velveteen Dream on my list, but that, like I said, that's because he went and did all this shit. and I loved him truly, loved him dearly, thought he was great. And when I said that thing about the modern day Rick Rude, Shawn Michaels,
Shut the hell up.
I meant it. I believed it.
Shut up.
You can't tell me I'm wrong. Look at what he did in the ring. Look at how he worked in the ring. Look at how he talked on the mic.
I do not see
His
okay,
persona.
I will give you Rick Rude. I will not give you Shawn Michaels for that.
Young Shawn.
No.
Exactly.
The arrogance, maybe. But
That's what I'm saying.
anything
Everything
else,
as a
no.
whole.
Rick Rude, completely. Absolutely. Dear Lord. But
I don't know. We
can't
can
see
sit
Shawn.
here and go back and forth, but
we could.
I've
Cliff's just sitting back and watching
stated
it.
my case.
Come on, Cliff. Who's yours?
Cliff, do
My
you have a
number
for sure
one.
number one?
My number 1 and number 2 are for the same reason, and it's like the cardinal sin in professional wrestling. So they're pretty interchangeable. But for number 1, anything other than saying "sexy star," it's like, come on.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
As much as a meme she is, cannot stand her after everything that's happened.
Wasn't it Rosemary and TNA that she broke the arm of?
I think so.
So stupid.
When you sign up for professional wrestling and go through all that steps, you are taking someone else's
Thunder
life
Rosa, your
and
number 2 then?
well-being. What'd you say?
I said, is Thunder Rosa your number 2 then?
No.
Oh, wow.
But when you go into professional wrestling, you're taking someone else's life and well-being, and they're trusting you with it. It's like they're trusting you with theirs. And to betray that trust is the most cardinal sin in all of professional wrestling. So, after seeing that, it's just, I can't. I can't be anyone else but her.
You know what? I'm a elect my championship powers, and we're gonna snake this. So you're gonna go again.
You hate
then-
Snake.
I do, but that's why we're doing it. I have the power to.
Dear
enact
Lord,
things that I
somebody
hate.
needs to. Okay, what's the. hang
God,
on.
I want the title
I need
back.
to find a pay per view that's coming up so we can end this.
Rumble.
Royal Rumble. That's the next one.
There has to be something else coming.
No,
No.
there isn't.
There has to be.
We got 3 weeks till Rumble. We got to deal with
There
3
has to
more
be.
of this.
New Japan, what's happening?
Because no, that next one's the Valley thing.
That's-
Bash at the Valley in
No.
February.
Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom Night 2 is the 21st of January.
We still don't know anything about that.
No, they have a full match at lineup.
Highly
It's-
doubt we're going to be doing predictions
It's
for that.
Noah versus New Japan.
Yeah, I'm not doing predictions for that.
Gosh,
Oh, what happened to being a fighting champion?
I said I'd defend it at Rumble.
he wants to be a fighting champion. He'll defend it anywhere, but he's not going to defend it there.
My number 2 is
Considering
New
the
Jack.
only- Oh, go fuck
What
yourself.
the hell? No!
Why?
Shut up!
All because of the mass transit incident, bro?
I don't
That's
want a
one
reason
reason.
for this. I don't want a reason for this.
Like, at the end.
No,
At the
I'm
end
going.
of his
I'm going.
career, it's psychotic. I would
I'm going.
No. I'm not
I'm going.
wrestling with that dude.
You want wrestling.
From all the
That
stories
team-
I've heard,
He did try to kill somebody, though.
several.
Legitimately, well, there was only one he legitimately tried to...
Yeah, he stabbed
To
you
kill.
with what, a fork or a knife?
No. That was...
No.
I'm talking about the dude he faced in the scaffolding
Oh,
match.
he threw off the
Yeah, and he tried to throw him onto the concrete and barely missed, and he went flying
Yeah.
off the ropes back into the ring.
I saw that botch or that thing so many times.
Oh, it wasn't a botch.
Yeah,
New
No.
Jack
I
knew
stopped.
exactly what he was doing.
I stopped. I saw that spot so many times,
The only thing he botched was not throwing him far enough.
and I've seen it, and I never knew what it was. And then New Jack died, and it popped up on a tribute thing, and like,
Well,
oh,
I'm
shit.
pretty sure they talked. I'm pretty sure he had like a dark side of the ring that like about him, and that's what they talked about it in.
Mm-hmm.
And the fork thing you're talking about is like it was at some shitty little indie show. He faced like some dude named Hobo Jimmy or Hobo Joe. Or
No,
something.
there was a 16-year-old that said that he
Mass
was
transit.
older.
That's the mass transit.
Yeah,
incident.
he stabbed them with a fork.
Well, the problem with that was, one, the kid was underage.
Yeah.
Two, Paul Heyman didn't check him at all. He just put him out there and said, all right, whatever.
And he was calling spots, too, wasn't he?
He tried to call the spots, which obviously pissed people off because this was a kid. And the kid said New Jack could cut him.
Yeah.
He said, all right, New Jack, have at it. You don't tell New Jack to have at it. What the fuck are you thinking? That's his fault. That's on him.
We're moving on.
No. We aren't moving on. I'm not
That's
done
my
with this. New Jack's got a special place in my heart. I love New Jack.
And he's got a special place on my list.
Well, this man didn't even know he was dead.
Yeah, you didn't even know he was dead until right before the podcast.
I'm selling you out for that pick. Me and
Terrible
Austin can
pick.
go from arguing to ganging up on you in a second.
Terrible pick. Yeah, with a pick that bad.
This is Bailey all over again.
Bro, New Jack is a gangster. He was a gangster through and through, goddammit.
I don't hate it. It's just that I can't put New Jack on a list of people I hate.
Yeah, no shot. Especially with how much I love deathmatch wrestling.
Well, that's the reason you're all pissed off about it. Is because you're freaking.
Well, that plus I
you
thought
get
New Jack
off
was
the
fun.
deathmatch wrestling.
False. I love.
I
Like,
don't
I
think
thought
it is.
I thought New Jack the person was hella interesting. Like, have you ever watched interviews and stuff with him in it?
I watched the Dark Side
Just-
of the Ring episode.
No, like go watch some interviews like with just him. It's just hella interesting. Like the man Jerome Young and not New Jack. Interesting. Anyway, Eli, you go. I'm pretty sure you're next.
I've talked about how I hate self-booking extremely.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm
no.
going to go ahead and write his name down.
I got the
And we're going
Double J,
to argue about this.
Jeff Jarrett,
Okay.
Oh!
at number 2.
Pulled a fast one on me. I wrote down
I know.
Inoki.
I said I did not hate Antonio Inoki. I hated him booking himself and the way he did Inokiism. I hated that extremely. I did not hate Antonio Inoki as a wrestler and a human being. I hated what he did to book himself and everything else.
Gotcha. You said that.
Jeff
I literally wrote
Jarrett!
down Inoki.
I hate in so many different ways.
I love Jeff Jarrett.
I know. That's the one I said it was going to piss off. That
It doesn't
and my-
piss me off because I get it, but like
The man,
I love Jeff
all the
Jarrett,
way.
I don't know.
If you take out every self-booked championship that he has probably ever won, the man would not have a lot of accomplishments. I guarantee you that. His whole TNA stint, had he never... He made a championship for himself.
King of the Mountain.
To win! You have to be so egotistical to do that.
He did run the company at the time, so
Exactly. And it's so... there's nothing about any of that that doesn't piss me off. He is a multi-time NWA champion because he booked himself as that. And it's so freaking stupid.
Speaking
I
of
hate
Jeff
it.
Jarrett, did you see where he got pissed off about the
Oh,
Acclaimed
absolutely.
using...
And freaking... They've become my favorite tag team.
All because they said Jeff Jarrett's name.
Yes. That and the fact the Scissor Me Daddy was... I already kind of liked them, and then Billy Gunn got added to them, and then added on to it, and then that has just piqued them as one of my favorite tag
Yeah,
teams.
they really doubled down, tripled down, and quadrupled down on that, and it paid off.
It's been great.
Now- Are you done? Do you want to explain your hate for Jeff Jarrett anymore?
Oh, I hate self-booking. I think he is... It's so... For a man who's been around in so many wrestling companies, I've never seen a wrestler seem like they know so less about professional wrestling. And
I've never met Vince McMahon then.
So, well, Vince McMahon's already admitted that. Jeff Jarrett never has. And never will. And it's so...
Now, I will say, I prefer Jeff Jarrett, the wrestler, over Jeff Jarrett, the wrestler and owner.
That's
like
fair.
Jeff Jarrett in AEW right now. I love Jeff Jarrett in AEW because I know he's not putting himself over.
Tony Khan's
You really think he's back there politicking with Tony Khan?
Tony Khan's got an open asshole for a reason. Enough wrestlers are shoving their penises up it.
What the hell? Hey, yo. Someone come get they mans.
Yeah, you leave AEW alone.
I will never, ever leave AEW alone.
What's crazy is Eli... Well, I kind of am now, but Eli was the NJPW mark. Cliff's the AEW mark. I don't even know what I'm a mark for.
New Japan, join me.
Oh, I'm a New Japan mark now.
We got great matches.
But I have to find something else. Like, I can't be the same mark as you. What am I, the deathmatch mark?
Yes.
Anyway, moving on to this one. I've mentioned my dislike for him quite a few times.
I swear to God, if it's Johnny Gargano.
No. Johnny's not on my list at all.
Thank you.
Actually, on the podcast, I think a few weeks ago, I mentioned how much I don't like him. Give me Bret Hart.
Hey, Cliff, you want to gang up on this scrub over here?
Explain?
He's a whiny bitch. I said that like a handful of weeks ago, and I'll say it again. He's a whiny bitch.
There's a lot more podcasts of wrestlers going on there and talking about Bret. And if they are all true, Bret has had a lot of backstage politicking that he has done.
Exactly. And then he bitches and moans when he's the 80s and 90s version of CM Punk. You can't tell me I'm wrong. You cannot tell me I'm wrong. He bitches and moans when he doesn't get his way, and then he leaves for another company. You can't tell me I'm wrong.
Is this how I sound with Soraya?
I think I finally agree with you on that, Austen. Oh my god.
You can't tell me I'm wrong. Bitch got screwed because he wanted to try to backstage politic against Shawn Michaels, backfired, they took the title off him, he bitch moaned, ran to WCW, got a concussion, bitch and moaned, went and wrestled the next night, got another concussion, bitch and moaned some more, and it's been like that ever since he fucking retired.
I mean, I still think he's one of the easily top 5 best in-ring performers ever, but...
Technically, sure. Overall, no. Only cool thing about him was that he wore pink in his theme song.
Yeah,
That's
that
it.
Theme song did slap, though.
I will never put Jim high up on the list. Can I at least get British Bulldog and Owen Hart one of the worst ones out of the Hart Foundation? Can I get a census on that?
What are you asking?
Huh?
British Bulldog and Owen Hart were the worst out of the Hart Foundation.
Oh, no, they weren't.
Okay.
Bret Hart was.
Just want a consensus on that we're not hating on
The
all
only
of the...
only thing with Owen Hart is that we didn't really get to see how much he could do.
Yeah.
That's the only thing with him. British Bulldog had a long, successful-ish, great career.
He had a good career, but he didn't have a great career.
He's definitely like a Scott Hall.
Yeah.
Like, Scott Hall had a good career, wasn't a great career.
Dare I say he's more Nash than Hall?
I think Hall and Nash are in the same boat, honestly. I feel like they both had okay-ish to good careers, but they were never
just
great.
held more championships than
Yeah,
Hall.
that's fair.
Because he was big. I'm
was
sure
Vince's
Scott Hall.
big guy.
Yeah, I'm sure Scott Hall would have held titles if he was like 7'10".
I think if we got the Scott Hall that had started in WCW and went over to WWF, or the not started, but the more muscular, regal-looking Scott Hall compared to what the Razor Ramon and stuff. I feel like he would have been pushed a lot more.
I don't know. I think we're getting off topic. Bret Hart, number 2. Easy number 2.
All right, Austin, who's your third since we're doing Snake?
Roman post Shield, but before Bloodline.
Ooh.
I don't hate that. Because I can't disagree with that.
Why?
His promos were terrible.
His promos were terrible.
Suffering Succotash.
He wasn't very... Suffering Succotash. He wasn't very good in the ring at that time. He was still decently green. And he was pushed to the fucking moon. How... It's the recipe for hating someone.
I'll take it.
I literally... Yeah. He was the third one that came to mind. And I was like, well, I can't say Roman, because the shit he's doing now is good. The shit he did with the Shield was good. I was like, but that one little stint... That's why I asked you guys if we could do certain eras of a superstar. This was specifically the reason why, because this is what came to mind.
That's fair.
So I don't think that requires much explanation now.
No.
I think any modern wrestling fan, or a fan that was around the time of the Big Dog, I should have wrote that down, the Big Dog Roman Reigns.
You gotta do it in the Michael Cole voice, though.
The Big Dog!
Yep.
But the Big Dog Roman Reigns. The Royal Rumble where he lost his title to Triple H Roman Reigns.
Dear God.
That Roman Reigns. That entirety of Roman Reigns we could have done without. He should have stayed around the upper mid card. He shouldn't have been pushed to the moon like he was. I will say though, him announcing he had cancer again and left and came back. That was during this era. That was pretty cool. That was a good moment. But it doesn't outweigh everything else that he did.
That's
and
fair.
it's not necessarily him. It was just him getting pushed.
It was a lot of the things that they... Because that's when they were still doing all the scripted stuff.
Yeah.
With promos and everything. And Vince was trying to push him super hard, so...
Alright. Who's next?
I
You
am.
next?
And my number 3 is going to be one that I'm probably going to be questioned about a lot. I'm going with Bully Ray.
What?
I don't...
Oh.
Now. Team
Let him
3D.
cook. Let him cook.
Team
Hold up,
3D
let him cook.
is one of my favorite tag teams ever. Straight up.
Wait, so specifically when he's Bully Ray, not Bubba.
Specifically when he's by himself as a singles wrestler. The only time I have ever been excited
Aces and aces.
for him is when he was in Aces and Eights. I popped when Jeff Hardy's standing back to back with him. Devon comes over, tosses him the hammer, and then drills Jeff Hardy. That was a twist I never expected. Besides that, I have never once wanted to see him on my TV. I don't.
I don't know why. That's just funny to me. I don't know. Out of all the wrestlers you could be picking on right now, you pick Bully Ray.
Well, exactly. And he just got pushed into a Impact World title picture when so many other people could have been given that opportunity. It's just, I don't... When we were talking about this and going through everything, Velveteen came to my mind. Jeff Jarrett came to my mind. I was going to throw Inoki in there as a joke and then really give my number 3. But Bully Ray is just, like, there burning a hole in my head as somebody who gets random pushes that should never be given random pushes. I like the look on Cliff's face.
Okay.
Like I said, it's just funny to me. All the wrestlers you could be picking on right now, you picked on Bully Ray. I don't know why. That's That's
I'll wait for
hilarious.
number 4 and 5. Wait for number 4 and 5.
I don't know why. It's just funny to me.
I knew this one was going to be a random one that was tossed in there.
Oh, don't worry. Mine get more random as we go on.
But is that a bad pick? Thinking about it, besides Team 3D and outside of Aces and Eights, can you tell me anything memorable that has happened?
I've never really loved or hated Bully Ray, so like I'm not going to get offended about it. Cliff seemed a little upset about it, but
I was a Bully Ray fan for a long time. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Bully Ray Mark, go ahead and give us your 3.
My number 3 is actually going to be a blast for Eli over there, because I know he's mentioned her before. Give me Eva Marie.
Freaking hate her.
Okay.
Dear God.
Why isn't she on your list?
Because I don't even think of her. That's the Bully Ray
That's
of you
very
guys
fair.
to me. Is she doesn't even cross my mind at all. I see random posts about her and it just makes me block people. Because I hate seeing her in my feeds.
Even when she was wrestling, before she did the whole, I'm going to wrestle,
call it
I'm
wrestling.
not, for like 2
Don't call it
months
wrestling.
straight, it was bad.
Don't call it wrestling.
It was
She did not
real bad. And so, if you're gonna do the graps, you gotta at least be good at it. So
Well, you're next, so
I know. So
you aren't going to get much protest on that.
yeah, my number 4 it's Jeff Hardy.
What the hell?
Same reason that I put Velveteen Dream.
It hurts even more than Velveteen Dream because I grew up being an absolute Jeff Hardy fan. I had the armbands. I would do the dance and everything, and
We both.
I've been
would.
hit with a Swan
Just-
bomb
All 3 of
before
us would.
by both of you.
My thing with Jeff is I don't hate him because what he's doing is only destroying himself.
I just
And he knows he has these problems.
The
So I
only
can't-
time that
I'm not going to kick a man while he's down.
the only time that he did something that I full on hated in that wrestling aspect is when he showed up to the I think it was Victory Road.
Victory Road 2011, facing
Yep.
Sting. Eric Bischoff
That's
came out
the-
called an audible.
Only time that there shouldn't have been there shouldn't have been an audible. There's no way that you see Jeff Hardy walking towards the ring and think, "Oh, he's perfectly fine." The man stumbled through. He was not prepared for it. And they let him go out there, and that's the only I don't know.
it's just
I said what the
it
hell,
got to
but
a point.
thinking about it, yeah.
It got to the point where it just turned into, you are Jeff Hardy. There's no reason for you to keep ending up in these situations without anybody to either call or get you out of it. After everything. And it got to the point where I believe it was the DUI before he got back into WWE. Before he came back with Matt. That was the one that broke me.
It was the last
I've
one
never
for
been
me.
able to look at him the same.
After the ladder match with Darby Allin.
So yeah, it turned into basically I was such a fan of you, and now I can't
Despise
anymore.
you.
I can't even bear the thought. Basically, how Chris Jericho felt about Shawn Michaels back when they had their feud.
That's fair.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't hate him. Not always be a Jeff Hardy fan, regardless. Like I said, because what he's doing is only destroying himself. Until he starts affecting others, that's when I'll put the fucking shackles on him. But it's just disappointing and depressing at this point, really, more than. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
The mood went from up here back down to like, as soon as Jeff talking about it.
Well,
stuff.
it's your
So let's
your
bring
turn
it back
again.
up here with my number 4, Ronda Rousey.
Oh God!
My God! Oh my God! Where do I start? Sucks on the
Let me turn you
microphone. Sucks on in the ring. Is a terrible world champion. Going back and watching some of her UFC fights wasn't booked against some. Yeah, I'm not getting into that. Just there's no way of fixing her.
Hey, don't you talk shit about Misha Tate, goddammit. I will
I'm not.
literally
No.
fuck you up.
Misha Tate. Nothing. I got nothing wrong with it. It's her and who was the other one? Holm.
Holly Holm was the one who beat her the
Ended
first
her.
time.
Yeah.
And then Nunes was the one who beat her the second
Well,
time.
I don't
she
like
tried to come
Nunes,
back.
but that's a discussion for another day.
I'm a Misha Tate fan. You better stay
I
away
got
from
no problem with
Tate.
Misha Tate. She was one of the ones that was kind of okay there. Holm wasn't that either. I don't like Nunes, so I'm not even trying to block that hate. I really don't like her. Ronda just is a failure of a wrestler. She should have never brought the extra. She should have never been brought in. Ignore my miniature stroke there.
Call the promo, kid.
But she just between this one and my last one, it's just I don't know. People that got the benefit of the doubt and should have never gotten benefit of the doubt.
That's very facts.
It's so weird too because her first match at WrestleMania was so good. When it was her and
The Rock.
Kurt
No, Kurt Angle. Her and Kurt Angle versus
Yeah.
Stephanie and Triple H.
versus. Yeah, that was a good match.
The other three were good in that match. I don't remember
Like I said, it
too
was a
many
good
good
match.
spots from her in that match.
It was a good match, and that's all it needed to. And then just everything
Maybe
else.
I'm
has
looking
just been-
through. Maybe I'm looking through jaded glasses, and I can't see anything good that she did in that match. But
Jade Cargill? She on your list?
no,
like
I
Jade.
probably
What are you
should have
talking
put
about?
her on there. But
After being behind the hard cam at the indie show, I think Austen likes Jade a little bit too.
Yeah, that maybe change my opinion on her a little bit.
check
Have
out
you
her
spoke your
Instagram.
piece on Ronda Rousey though?
Yeah, I could go into a whole.
All right,
topic
so
about that.
my 4 is Joey Ryan.
Oh,
Need I say any more?
No,
why?
What do you mean, why?
I thought all those accusations fell.
No, though we're not.
No, they did not.
They did not.
They did not fall at all.
They stuck pretty hard.
They were one. He was one of the only ones that got accused through all that. That everything
It
was
actually
kind
happened.
of proven 100% true. I think him, Velveteen, and
See, the crazy thing about Velveteen though is that they still can never prove it.
I think Marty.
Yeah,
No, Marty's did.
Marty's did.
I think one of his did.
Marty literally came out and said that he did that.
One of his did. The one that he admitted
And
to
it was about the
100.
16-year-old in London.
Yeah, but that's also lost. I'm not trying to defend anything that happened, obviously, but the age of consent over there is 16.
She was also intoxicated, but
Yeah,
go off, I guess.
so I'm just.
Just another one of the Me Too movement things. Joey Ryan, not a cool dude behind the camera. I wouldn't be surprised if he likes to let his fist do his talking in the bedroom either.
What the?
So,
Move on!
but
Oh, God!
So my number 5 really could be flexed to anyone else on my list. This was the one I had, so I'm going to go ahead and put it. Austin Aries.
Fair.
No
Now, granted,
explanation needed.
Well, granted, a lot of the stuff that he got accused of, nothing came of fruition. It was more
He's
of
a
like
no-selling
he was just.
bitch.
Well, yeah, I was getting to that, but like on the allegations part, he was just a dick. Like everything was consensual. He was just an asshole. So you can't. Not really worth canceling someone over being an asshole, but go off, I guess. What the problem lies in with me is how he conducted himself in the ring with that John Morrison stuff, which apparently was cleared, but not really cleared. Apparently, TNA said it was fine, but John Morrison, Nitro, Elite,
Johnny Impact.
Mundo, Impact did not clear it.
Ooh.
So, I also just think that he just not my type of guy. That's probably the easiest way to put it. Just
Rather
not,
dickish.
Well, I'm kind of dickish myself, but just overall in ring, behind the scenes, dealing with people, not my type of guy. Plus, his WWE run was god awful, so
Very.
I've spoke my piece on Austin Aries.
We all knew this one was coming.
Johnny
all knew
Gargano.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn my sound down real quick.
We all knew this one was coming.
Where's Samuel?
I'm gonna turn my mic volume down a little bit. Are we
I already
ready
turned
for
you
this?
down. Don't worry.
Are we ready for this? Are we all ready for this? For the love of God, this woman should never have been brought back into professional wrestling. She should have never been given a women's championship opportunity. She should have never been anywhere close to a wrestling career again. I think the best thing for her wrestling career, and this may sound mean, but I do not care. Make me the heel of the episode. I do not care. The best thing that happened to her wrestling career was getting the back injury and her having to retire. She didn't do anything good for Women's Revolution. She didn't do anything good for the Divas Championship besides pose with the NXT Women's Championship naked. Dear God, Saraya Knight, whatever the hell her name is. Number 5, worst professional wrestler I've ever seen. Worst in AEW. Worst in WWE. And that's saying a lot for AEW because they have Jade Cargill. They freaking have so many terrible wrestlers signed on there in the women's division. She goes in, her first night back, on the mic, says that she is one of the best in AEW. How? How the hell is she the best in AEW on her first night back? You have wrestlers like Toni Storm. You have wrestlers like Britt Baker, Jamie freaking Hayter, Rio, Nyla Rose, Abaddon.
I thought he said Rhea there for a second. I was like, wrong company. But I'll let it slide.
I'm done.
You done?
I'm done.
You got it all out?
I'm done.
Okay. You're back up to normal volume.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, number 5, Saraya Knight. Go, Cliff.
Okay. For my number 5, give me the modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fair.
I'm gonna hinder the gender.
Don't hinder the gender.
I'm gonna hinder the gender. He can take his steroid-infused muscles and go back to 3MB.
I wish he would, honestly.
With the yeah. I just his push was so forced with the India TV deal, and his look came out of nowhere with how ripped he was, and it was the worst hot shot I've seen to anybody in a long time. And the run was awful. The Punjabi prison made a comeback, which should have made me happy, but didn't.
That was awful.
Like, I saw a Punjabi prison match in person. It makes no sense. But it's stupid fun.
Wasn't that where you guys got the Great American Bash chair?
Yeah, it's me and Chad went. So yeah, I'm gonna have to hinder the gender.
Fair enough.
I was probably say you can go ahead and I think we'll go one or two
One more? Ooh, okay. Do I want to make the one I think you guys won't agree with?
I was probably say well Cliff's up since we're snaking.
Oh yeah.
Give me the Bella Twins.
Hey, that was my number 7. That was the tag team I was talking about.
Give me the Bella Twins. John Laurinaitis' like nieces or something like that. Stepdaughters.
Yeah.
Family business. Can't work. Only look good.
Well, to be fair, that's kind of what they were going for. Because they came in around that time where it was kind of still like you had divas like Kelly. Underrated wrestler in my opinion. But was mostly there just for her looks.
Yes, but they hung around way too long afterwards.
Their debut, when they came out as the twins, was pretty well done. Where they went underneath the ring, and then one's getting pulled out, and I think it was Natalia over here, and then Victoria on the other side, and they're trying to pull them out, and then all of a sudden, both of them are standing there. And this is when they looked identical. That was a decent debut. That's once again, only time I ever looked at them and said, okay, that's good. And then we have everything else.
Are they in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, they are.
Once again.
Really?
They made it before China did.
Yeah. Once again, another reason why I absolutely despise them.
I think they made it before the Heart Foundation did. I think they were the year before the Heart Foundation.
Foul.
Yeah.
Despicable.
So, I can mark my number 7 out of the running. Do I go with my number 6 and do a Japan jump? Do I go with my number 8 and make you guys confused? Do I go with my number 9 and have a no reasons necessary, and number 10 no reasons necessary?
You pick what your heart's telling you, buddy.
Just for the hell of it, I'm going with my number 8, Seth Rollins.
Oh,
like overall?
Buddy.
Overall.
You're talking about one of the best in-ring performers in the world today.
No.
You better,
No.
You better
Talking
back
about
that
the
up.
workhorse of
No.
WWE.
No. The Shield. You could have given somebody else the role, maybe. Cassius Ohno would have probably worked a little bit better, maybe. After that, he was pushed a little bit better than Roman was after the split with the authority angle. Wasn't real big fan of the authority angle. Looking back at it, still not a fan. I don't like any of the times he's held the championship. I think the biggest moment was at WrestleMania of his career was the WrestleMania cash-in. I can't tell you another big moment because nothing comes to my mind. I lost all respect for him during the Jon Moxley, Dean Ambrose, and his Money in the Bank thing where he got slime sprayed at him. That is the moment that killed Seth Rollins for me, for sure. And then this heel face, gray line, heel face thing that he has done for the past, I don't know how many freaking years. And now he just comes out laughing and in whatever animal he killed on the side of the road before he got to the arena jacket. And it's just nothing about Seth Rollins if you want to excuse the Authority, if you want to excuse the Shield Seth Rollins, okay. The Seth Rollins we have now, then, absolute dog shit. It makes no sense. He wasn't a good United States champion. He comes down to the ring, and whatever the hell he comes down into the ring with, it's not a good character. It's not a good wrestler. I don't think that's somebody you could put a world title on. I don't. I fully believe that.
Okay, buddy. You sure you haven't had too many to drink?
I've only had a undisclosed drink of soda in my undisclosed cup. That is it.
I think he may be off the deep end, Austin.
Throw off the bean, for real.
The one above that I was contemplating was Mercedes Moné, Hulk Hogan.
I have that! I have that!
It was
Austin,
Mercedes
take it
Moné,
away.
Hulk Hogan and CM Punk. Also, Seth Rollins was the only one I knew would get this reaction.
Monet Mercedes is not going to be my pick, but I also want to touch on that. Absolute fucking dog shit. She's been a thing for a single night, and it was terrible. It was awful.
How do
was
you botch
watching
your
it
own
live.
finishing move?
That's what I'm saying! She came out, gave a terrible promo. She was like waiting for... She came out, was like talking like the crowd was going to get hyped about it, and she was like leaving pauses for like applause. Dead silence. Tried to do her finisher. The fucking botched it. I was like...
It's not even like Paige, where Paige had ring rust. She's been gone for what, a month or two?
Yeah, like 3 or 4 months.
How do you get that rusty though?
Well, my thing was, I don't think she was that good before she left.
I mean, no, she wasn't. Absolutely not. I remember one match. It was an Iron Woman's match, NXT, 60 minutes. Bayley, Sasha Banks, NXT Women's Championship. I believe Bayley won. That is the only match of Sasha Banks I remember.
I will say, Sasha versus Bianca at WrestleMania, the year that they main evented, it was the first time ever. I really enjoyed that match when I first watched it. Like, when I was watching it live, I enjoyed it. It was probably my favorite women's match.
That's fair.
I'm not a fan of women's wrestling. But it was good.
And she killed you.
This Sasha Banks, though, whatever the hell that was, she doesn't need to come back. Whatever the hell she came out on, she need to get rid of it.
I don't know
That's
what
terrible.
the hell they were doing with her hair. Whoever told her that was
It was
okay.
flames.
That was not flames. It looked like someone took a shit on her head and smeared
But
it around.
I'm gonna give an even more you know what? This goes hand in hand with yours, Eli. Because mine is Becky Lynch as the man.
Yes! Yes! I pulled you into the dark side.
I hated the man.
I made you and molded you.
I despised the man. I did not think she was good. She was getting pushed for no reason.
Oh.
Was not a fan of the man at all. And I remember saying that at the time. I didn't like her. Now, Becky Lynch afterwards, like whatever she was doing afterwards, like after she lost the title, like Big Time Bex. Big Time Bex is fine with me. I'm chilling with Big Time Bex.
No.
But the man, Becky Lynch... And there is a difference. Don't look at me like that. There is a difference. There is a difference. The man, Becky Lynch, when she was running both divisions, not good.
Let me do my best Seth Rollins laugh. Ha 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 ha!
Ha ha!
You're entitled to your opinion, no matter of the fact of how wrong it is.
Oh, let me take
Also,
a page out of Brandy Rhodes' promo book. Everybody has opinions, just like assholes. No one else wants to see them.
also add Nia on my list. That's what they're
I was about to
Nia?
say, no one
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
Nia Jax this whole time. I'm
Oh,
surprised.
she's on my list. Trust me. I
The
had her.
only other one I had on my list was JBL.
Ooh.
Like,
Okay.
as JBL and not Bradshaw.
Like APA.
Well, the only
Yeah,
reason he became
Bradshaw was great.
the only reason he became JBL is because they needed a heel. They didn't have a heel on
Yeah.
SmackDown, so they had to manufacture one.
Eli, I'm surprised you're not a fan of JBL with how stiff he works. I'm talking about
That's
Stan
facts.
Hansen all the time.
Oh,
Well, actually, I
Bradshaw.
had
He was
Stan
more
Hansen on
stiff
my
as
list, too.
Bradshaw than.
Oh! He went dead silent after that. I think you stunned him.
I actually didn't. I just want to see your reaction. Stan Hansen is not on my list. The only other person I have is an indie wrestler that accused Darby Allin of rape.
Okay.
Uh,
The call got quiet quickly.
very. Jesus Christ.
I love how there was everything was going on. I said, "I had Stan Hansen," and everyone just died.
I saw the look on Eli's face, and I thought he was going to say something, and he never did.
I was trying to
Man was
think of
too
what I could
stunned to
say
speak.
without breaking any rating that we have. Moving on.
So yeah,
Moving
I
on.
think we've exhausted all of our lists.
I was going to say, I got all of mine out there.
Yeah.
No, like
However, you know what we haven't exhausted?
how terrible CM Punk is.
This day in pro wrestling history.
That'll never be exhausted.
So, today on this day in pro wrestling history, we actually got a little bit to go through. In St. Louis, Missouri, Gene Kiniski defeated Lou Thez to win the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship and would hold the title for 3 years. In the main event of the NJPW Tota Show in Saitama, Japan, the team of Antonio Inoki, Tatsumi Fujinami, and the Cobra beat Hulk Hogan, Black Tiger 1, and Samula, which is weird to think of Hogan working in Japan.
Oh, he was
ECW
phenomenal.
held guilty as charged at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City. However, due to financial difficulties, this would be the last televised event ever held by the company, as they would ultimately go bankrupt 2 months later. On the card, the Sandman beat both Steve Corino and Just Incredible in a tables, ladders, chairs, and canes match to win the ECW World Heavyweight Championship before losing the belt to the TV champ Rhino in the main event later in the evening. In 2002, WWF Monday Night Raw was held at the Garden in New York. The show would mark the return of Triple H, as he had been on the shelf with an injury since 2001. His return as a face generated one of the biggest crowd reactions in Raw history. Also on the show, Spike Dudley and Taz won the WWF Tag Team Championships, beating Team 3D. In 2007, WWE New Year's Resolution pay-per-view came from Kansas City, Missouri. The main event saw John Cena defend the WWE Championship against an unbeaten Umaga. The match ended with Cena retaining by pinfall with a roll-up. Yes, with a roll-up. In 2008, TNA had a TV taping in Orlando, Florida, in which Awesome Kong beat Gail Kim to become the second ever Knockouts champion. And also, same day in 2008, WWE Monday Night Raw Roulette took place in Uncasville, I don't know how to say that, Connecticut, where every match was decided by the spin of a wheel. And let's run down that card real
When you
quick.
bring that back, I loved it.
Shawn Michaels and Mr. Kennedy
They
defeated
did in
Murdoch
NXT.
and Haas in a strange bedfellows match. Hardcore Holly beat Carlito in a Trading Places match where both wrestlers used each other's entrance music and ring attire.
Yeah, that one. You need to look that up. It's worth it.
Ashley beat Jillian Maria Molina and Mickey James in a lingerie pillow fight. Triple H beat William Regal in a First Blood match. Chris Jericho beat Snitsky and JBL by disqualification in a handicap match. Hornswoggle and Mick Foley beat the Highlanders to qualify for the Royal Rumble match. And Jeff Hardy pinned Umaga in a steel cage. In 2015, TNA Impact debuted on the Destination America channel, and in the main event, Bobby Lashley defeated Bobby Roode to win the TNA Heavyweight Championship. In 2019, on an episode of Raw from the Amway Center in Orlando, Florida, Dean Ambrose beat Seth Rollins in a Falls Count Anywhere match to retain the Intercontinental Championship. Also on the show, John Cena declared himself for the Rumble, and Hogan made an appearance. We have 4 notable birthdays today. Chili Willy, Alicia Edwards, C.W. Anderson, and Chavo Guerrero Sr.
Who the hell is Chili Willy?
And I swear to God, if we have another day this busy in pro wrestling history, we're going to divide that up, and I'm going to make some of y'all read that shit.
No, that's your segment. You got it all, buddy.
I didn't want this segment. Y'all just kept pushing it on me because I was the only one who could find it.
We asked you multiple times if you're okay with doing it, and you said, "Oh yeah."
We asked you mid-episode if you
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Austin should know who Chili Willy is because he was in EC Dub.
Yeah, Chili Willy was an EC dub from 2000 to 2001.
He says as he's looking at the Wikipedia.
You best bet.
Because I just pulled up the Wikipedia too.
Yes, yep.
You know what else is on Wikipedia? I'm going to turn my camera off so you guys can't cheat. If you look at my glasses.
You act like we'd be able to see your screen anyway.
My glasses.
All I gotta say is hit him with the gunstone.
The gunstone? Yes.
Hey,
Gunstone.
maybe one of these guys use a gun stun. Cliff,
Oh God.
are you ready?
Am I naming the wrestler?
That is a wrestler.
It is not a specific type. It's an actual professional wrestler.
Professional wrestler. Are you ready?
Austin, you got the timer?
I got a timer right here.
All right, I'm ready. Give me a countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Male, female.
Male.
Currently alive.
Yes.
Currently active.
No.
Active in the 90s.
Yes.
Active in the 2000s.
Yes.
Active in the 2010s.
Technically.
In WCW.
I think he was for a short time.
In WWE.
Yes.
Did they ever go to Impact?
No.
Okay. Did they ever hold a championship in WWE?
Technically, yes.
Was it the Hardcore Championship?
No.
Okay. Were they ever in a faction?
Yes.
Were they Raw, SmackDown?
There was no divisions.
Were they primarily on Raw or primarily on SmackDown?
I'd have to say, well, you got one more guess, or one more hint, and then you gotta make a guess.
Bro, I got nothing.
I can give you 30 more seconds.
Shit, I don't even think that'll help me.
I'll give you another minute. You want another minute?
God damn. Sure. It's not gonna help me.
All right.
Okay. Okay. Did they hold the IC title?
No.
Tag titles?
Yes, 3 times.
3 times. Did they hold it with different people or the same people?
Same guy.
Okay. Did they hold any other title other than the tag title?
1, 2, 3. 3.
3 other titles?
Yep.
The
One
U.S.
is a
title.
defunct one. Technically, it was a North American Heavyweight Championship.
I know who it is.
Oh, God. Cruiserweight title?
No.
WWE title.
No, he was never world champion.
I know. I think I know who this is.
Were they American?
They were American. Got one more hint, and then you go in for a guess.
The North American title? What the fuck?
North American Heavyweight Championship.
The what?
The North American Heavyweight Championship. I cannot say the first 3 letters of the company because I would give it away. That was a big hint.
Is it the NWA North American Heavyweight Championship?
Technically, yes, he did hold the NWA North American Heavyweight Championship.
Okay.
Tri-state version of it, at least. I'll give WWF North American Heavyweight Championship as well.
Okay. Oh God.
I don't think that helps at all.
That helps amazingly.
Give me Steve
WWF
Blackman. I
Tag
don't
Team
know.
Championship as well. Who?
Steve Blackman.
No. You want another guess?
No.
Now, before you said that he was American, my guess was Regal.
No. God.
No.
That was lining up. He was in WCW 3-time
I'll
tag
give
champion.
a hint. He was a tag team with my favorite professional wrestler.
Bob Orton?
Oh, Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase.
And
How
the
did I not
defunct
get Ted
title
DiBiase?
would be the $1 million
$1 million
championship.
title. Even though it's not
And
really
the North
defunct because they
American.
brought it back. But
Okay. I hate you. One of these weeks.
I didn't get that.
One of these weeks, I'm gonna get you back.
All right, Austin,
All right.
you ready?
God damn it. I love Ted DiBiase too. I
I'm
don't
giving
know how
you
I
2
didn't get
minutes
that.
as well, Austin. Just because
Oh,
yours
my.
is about as hard.
Oh boy.
You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Stan Hansen.
No.
Currently alive.
Yes.
Active.
Yes.
Ooh. Active in WWE.
No.
Active in AEW.
No.
TNA.
Yes.
Impact, I guess.
Yes.
Is he a current champion?
No.
Is it Rhino?
No.
Were they in WWE?
Yes.
90s. 2000s.
Technically, yes.
2010s.
Yes.
You gotta be fast with these answers.
Early.
2020? No, okay, what
No.
you said earlier. Okay. Heath Slater.
Nope.
Ever held a championship
Yes. Multiple.
in WWE?
Yes.
Someone that's in TNA currently that held a championship in WWE between the 90s and 2010s. World champion?
Of the division, yes. Of the
So
brand.
cruiserweight.
I mean, brand. But no,
So-
never cruiserweight.
So he was the Impact World champion.
He has. I paused it because I actually had to look at that one fully. He has never been Impact champion.
So he's been a world champion before, though.
Yes, of his brand.
Of his brand? His brand? Like he has a brand?
He was on a brand.
That doesn't narrow it down at all.
WWE
NWA
has had
World
many
Champ?
brands.
NWA World Champ.
No. WWE has
Oh.
had many brands. SmackDown, Raw.
Oh my god. It's a world champ!
I think
Yes,
I know
What
who
do
it
you
is.
mean?
He
I
has
think I
been
know
world
who it
champion
is.
of the brand.
That makes no fucking sense.
It
Jesus
explains
Christ.
everything. One more hint, one more guess.
That
think
literally makes no fucking sense.
I think I got it.
He was the king of his brand, technically. At least that's what he liked to say.
Someone who's currently in TNA who's the king.
Of his brand. He was never a king of the ring. So don't get over yourself. There's a championship you could guess, and you would probably. He held that for 14 times. Holy shit.
King?
I'll give you a hint.
Was
He
it
held the
WWE,
hardcore-
ECW?
Yes.
So,
He was
He
also
was
in the
the
original ECW as well.
oh. And you tell me it's not Rhino?
It's not Rhino.
Oh my goodness.
I'll give you another hint. He is also a former hardcore champion 14 times.
Who? I don't even know who's in TNA.
You're out of hints, though.
I know I am. No shot it's PCO.
No, because I forgot he was even there for the longest time.
Who the fuck was the TNA World Champion?
Never TNA.
No.
I said he was never TNA champion.
I'm in ECW.
I think I know. I think I got
ECW
this.
World Champion in the early 2010s, who's in Impact right now, who is also in ECW and original. What the
Eli,
fuck?
you're dirty.
It's not Rob Van Dam, is it?
Nope. Is that your guess?
Oh,
Cliff.
no, not now.
That was your guess. Don't.
No, he gave me the option. No, it's not my guess.
Go. Give a guess.
Bro, I'm trying to think. I don't know what fucking... Is it Raven?
No, it was not Raven.
Fuck, I don't know then.
Cliff.
Are you doing Dreamer?
It was Dreamer.
I was not
Tommy
thinking
Dreamer.
I was not thinking of Tommy Dreamer. When did he...
Tommy Dreamer.
Did he hold the ECW title back in the 90s?
Yes. He
Yes.
won it
Yes, see.
and then lost it like 5 minutes later.
See, yeah,
And
there
then
was no way
he was
I
the final WWE ECW champion as well.
But that was also short too, wasn't it? Like, didn't he win
Yeah.
it and then it...
He
Yeah, he won it
carried
and
it
then it went
onto the main
defunct.
roster, but it wasn't anything at that point.
When you literally said that, I thought of Bobby Lashley. I was like, well, Bobby Lashley isn't there anymore. I was like, well, fuck. Damn.
I
No
told you
way
this
in
week
hell I
was
was
hard.
getting Tommy Dreamer. I wasn't getting
Eli,
Tommy
if
Dreamer.
you would have switched ours, we might have had a chance.
Austen didn't
If you would've-
know DiBiase either.
But I asked better... I feel like I asked
Yeah.
better questions than
Oh,
Cliff
absolutely.
does.
I had
panicked.
backups for
I
both
panicked.
of you, but we're at 126, so
I panic, so
Well, I still got to read my story.
depression warning, kiddies.
Nah, this one's fucked up. This one just fucked up.
some bad acid trip, kids.
Nah, this one's I don't know, trigger warning or some shit. I don't
My
know.
brain still was not processing what the hell the last story was.
The
man.
dentist story.
Yeah. We talked about that after the cast.
All right. Well, the name of this short story is Nighthawks.
What?
I had to get a drink. Name of the short story is Nighthawks. What? Yeah. I had to sneak one in there. But, short story goes a little something like this. The neon lights light up the sidewalks through the crystal clear glass from inside Philly's, a small diner located on the corner. Besides the streetlights, these are the only lights that illuminate the city. And as I walk by, I see two men and women who seated enjoying what seems to be coffee, while they mingle with each other and the worker. As I approach the diner, my anxiety grows, for I cannot forget what I have done. My hand is now on the door, and all I can do is hear my heartbeat. I can't hear anything else. I take a deep breath and open the door. They all stop and look at me. I avoid eye contact and find myself a seat along the bar, isolated from everyone else. I am alone in this world. I don't want anyone else. The worker comes over and welcomes me, then asks me what I would like to get. I tell him I would like a coffee, and that would be all for now. The lady was wearing a red dress and has red hair, and she is looking at me. Does she know? Can she tell? What should I do? My anxiety is back at an all-time high at this point. I'm nearly panicking. She's walking towards me. What do I do? She sits next to me and looks at me. I ignore her like she isn't even there. Hey, are you okay? The lady asks. I just flip the switch and act normal like always. Oh yeah, I'm fine. Just got off work. Oh, well, you looked really nervous, almost like you just killed somebody, she says as she's chuckling. She does know. How could she know? I'm internally in full meltdown mode now, but somehow managed to keep my cool on the outside. Oh no, it was just a stressful day, I say, in as normal of a voice as possible. She then puts her hand on my leg and says, maybe I could help with that. No, please don't. I don't want this to happen again. Not again. Oh yeah, and how could you do that? She looks at me in my eyes and says, I think you have a pretty good idea. The plan is coming together as always. Why can't I stop? So do you want to get out of here? I say as I look towards the door. I think we could do that. As she turns and walks away, I leave a tip, stand up, and follow her. Where are we going? She asks. Just a little further. My place is just up here. My place is not just up here. My place is nowhere. I don't belong anywhere, even in my own home. We keep walking for a couple more blocks and go into an apartment building. Floor 5, I tell her. She presses the button, and even including earlier tonight, I am calm. Am I too calm? We get to the 5th floor, and she is following me to my apartment now. We get there, and I open the door. The apartment is spotless. Everything is clean and in order, just as it should be. I invite her to have a seat and offer a drink. She replies with, no thank you. Trust me, I would have taken the drink. It would have made this next part much easier. As she is sitting there watching the TV, I'm thinking of my methods of action. I chose the most practical of actions and used my bare hands, and then I black out and come to with her laying on the floor, motionless. I knew what I had done. Why I had done it, I cannot answer. I've always been this way. I then dispose of a body in my normal way, which I'm surprised you guys didn't catch on to earlier. It's so practical. The dumpster out back. It's where I always go with my so-called trash. That's it. There any more questions, officer? No, sir. I think we've heard all we need to hear. As he turns away from the man. That's the story.
Are you okay? My microphone wasn't turning back on. I was joking when I said, do we need to give you a wellness check? But, like, is there a conversation that needs to be had after this episode?
Why do you ask that? Don't go check the trash can. A little fun fact about that. I wrote that in high school, based off of a picture.
Was this at the point where me and you weren't talking?
I don't know. Hey, like, to be fair, it got rave reviews.
Yeah, it did.
I got like a 98 on it.
Austen, we need to start going over what stories we're having you do before the episode. Like, I can't keep going to bed checking over my shoulder.
You better be careful. I might show up.
No, I don't need
Just
to go in your
don't
trash
go
can.
try to seduce him at a diner and we'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. No, but that's actually based off the painting Nighthawks. That was the assignment. Yeah, there was
Who
a
the hell
painting,
was your
and we
teacher?
had to. Mr. Hummel.
That explains everything.
Sadly, yes.
But yeah, that was the assignment was to look at a painting and just write a short story about it. And that was obviously when I had just recently watched American Psycho. That's why it's so similar.
I've still never watched that movie.
It's
Any of them.
very similar to what I just read you.
I have the American Psycho is the Norman Bates movie, right?
No, that's Psycho.
That's just Psycho.
American Psycho is the one with Christian Bale.
Well, he plays Norman Bates.
No. He plays Patrick Bateman.
Oh. I I got you. That's the one.
There's a
that
difference
comes in
between
with the
Psycho
axe.
and
Yeah.
American Psycho. Yeah.
I got you. I had Christian Bale in my head as I was saying it. Anyways, Cliff, what year's gonna be what?
You got him shook with that, Austin. Good shit.
I was ready to say I might have to just keep getting. I might have to start writing my own stories for this, just to keep pushing him further and further.
Look, we're trying not to go another host down, right? We're like mental awareness, not mental depression.
I don't know. I thought that was pretty good.
It was
I
pretty
agree.
good. Just a good story makes the reader think.
Exactly. Thought provoking.
Just sometimes the trigger warning needs to be explained on what the trigger warning is, and not just trigger warning said. Like trigger warning, you watch a Stan Hansen match, it's gonna be stiff as hell. That's why he's one of my favorite wrestlers. Was that a good segue in?
I mean, it doesn't get any better.
Thank you.
I don't know. Usually a segue is pretty good if you don't, point it out. Just like how I need to stop pointing out that 2024 is going to be the wildest year in professional wrestling.
I don't have a thing to say. Take care of yourselves. That's about it. No, but as we're winding down here, putting the key in the hole and closing and locking up the doors this week to unlock them next week, just take care of yourselves, love yourselves, all that good stuff. Same stuff we preach every week. Nothing changes on here. Just
Don't seduce
take
a
care of
random man at the
yourself.
bar.
Yeah, don't be careful who you seduce.
A message from the former champ. I know this reign of terror may exist because of my
Incompetence,
incompetence to select Okada,
ineptitude.
but do not fret, you faithful out there. I will have the belt back before you know it.
Yeah, the only reason you'll know it is because they'll be asleep, they'll be put in a coma, and then they'll wake up, and it'll be 20 years from now, and you'll somehow have the belt back. That's the only way. This reign is forever, baby. The forever reign. I'm the forever champs.
Can
What,
we
you're
get
raised-
NXT's New Year's Evil as a title defense?
No.
No, see, even Cliff said no.
Impact's Hard to Kill, January 13th. I want
No.
this title off of him. It's good for you.
Hey,
We've
I
already
said
decided Rumble.
I said Royal Rumble. That's 3 weeks away.
That's not close enough.
Anyway, while we're closing up here, love yourself, love each other, be kind to one another, and just remember, we've always got you covered, because we're your ace in the hole. Yeah! We'll catch you on down the road.
Bye-bye.